arbitration of health insurance. The union then rescinds their 2 unfair labor practices. We go back to the bargaining table, which we're scheduled this Friday with the state conciliator. We negotiate the contract. We come up with some reasonable areas within health insurance, as we've done for the other 23 collective bargaining agreements we have. If we are unable to do that, we then ask the governor's office to immediately expedite a binding arbitration and a final decision to be rendered. There is no reason this needs to continue to go on. Our current scheduled time for the unfair labor practice, the first one, is not until May. And that means then the second one, and then we go to binding arbitration.
So what you're saying is you're willing to bend a little bit on the benefits package.
We have never been not willing to sit down and negotiate it. We have created variable spending accounts, co-insurance, self-insured, many different areas in which we can reduce the cost of health insurance that we all know is skyrocketing without reducing the level of benefits.
Was it your final offer, just no change in the last contract?
No, that's a misconception. Yes, the final offer that went in did make a status quo. However, 14 days prior to that arbitration, both parties get to submit their last best final offer. You get to choose one or the other. The ATU is absolutely reasonable, and we will be reasonable because we know the arbitrator will pick us versus TriMet at the end of the day. We have never said we are unwilling to compromise in that area. That's part of the problem. We have not been able to have good discussions with TriMet management and sit down. Unfortunately, everybody's brand new here, and they've not done collective bargaining. I've done it for probably 3 days a week for the last 10 years. I know how to get a contract. I do it all the time. I was just in Rogue Valley Transportation at an awards banquet where the general manager was hugging each of our members, and we have a collective bargaining agreement there. We just got it, we settled it a while back. How did we do it? Health insurance is skyrocketing. There's no secret there. They don't have any extra money. What we had was a general manager that actually cared about their workers, that actually put forth the effort to get it settled. And by the way, she's not making $215,000 a year or whatever.
Tell me about the Friday. What do you think?
Well, Friday's either going to be really short or we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to get down to business. Either TriMet's going to recognize and pull off the table their illegal implementation, which, by the way, they could do it in the same day and get a contract settled. This is not they have to go through a bunch of stuff. All they have to do is say, John, we're gonna back off on this. Let's see if we can get it figured.
But you're going to bring a health care plan.
Absolutely. We have every time we've talked. We unfortunately, what people don't understand is there's been talks going on all the way through it. TriMet is bound and determined to try to balance their budget on our members' backs. They want to try to put a budget out for 30 years. There's no way they can do that. While they're still continuing to ask for everybody's assistance on light rail projects that don't seem to be going anywhere.
Well, with the legal implementation, you're saying of the health care plan, what you would offer, obviously, you feel that is future proof. It would be somewhere in the middle.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting. If anybody caught the news recently, we just heard that those who are riding public transportation are more likely to get sick than others. A very high increased chances of getting sick. What do you think that means to the operators? We don't have super immune systems. That means we use our health insurance, which means our health insurance costs or experience ratings go up. So we have to create ways to keep people healthy. Unfortunately, TriMet has put their head in the sand on like many issues and not sit down and say, hey, you know what? We need to talk about getting people healthy. We need to talk about making sure people have proper rest breaks. We need to talk about they have the best health insurance available, and if there is some cost share or some responsibility borne by both parties, we're okay with that. We have never said we want to maintain all of it and we have to pay nothing. Never said.